Hi guys, I'm Allison and I have my monthly favorites for you, or like current favorites, just stuff I've been loving for a while and I haven't gotten to talk about yet because I haven't made a favorites video, but I really want to get back into it because I just love talking about makeup with anybody who will listen to me. So let's just jump in. I'm going to go in with just my top favorite by far has been eyeshadow palettes. I feel like I talked about this in a Get Ready With Me. Oh, it's raining outside. Crazy. It's like one of those like rains where it's just in like a very certain area, because it's certainly not raining anyway. We have just a very small little rain cloud like over my house. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, I talked about this in a Get Ready With Me. I don't know if it'll be no, it won't be up before this, hopefully. But I feel like the market is so saturated with eyeshadow palettes, and it's because people like me keep buying it. So I've bought a lot in the past few months, and so I'm just going to jump in and start talking about some of my favorites. These are in no particular order, but the first one I'm going to talk about is Laura Lee's Nudie Patootie. I've really jumped into Laura Lee's videos as of late. Let's just discuss these on my eyes. I heard her talk about these. They are the Lily Lashes for Sephora, the Miami style. Seriously, they are so good. They're huge. And I'm wearing them. I'm going for it. I'm going to a baseball game tonight and I don't even care. I'm wearing them because I think they are so pretty. But back to her palette. When I first got this, I looked at this and I was like, I don't know what to do with it. And well, I don't know what I was thinking that day when I was filming it. I think part of the problem is because of this beautiful rose gold packaging and this blush toned, I have a hard time making a distinction between the really rosy shades in this palette. It's hard for me to see like what exact shade they are because they don't pop out against a blush tone background like they would with like a white or a black. Now, I love the packaging. I think it's beautiful. You got this beautiful mirror here. So I just think I had a hard time figuring out what would do what. But some of my favorite shades, I love Uncover. I love Stark. I love Au Naturel. And that one took me a while to come around to. I love Bare. Yeah, it's just a really great rosy toned palette. It's everything that the Naked 3 palette should be, that it's not. That's what this is here. It's gorgeous. I love it. Okay, my next favorite here is a couple of palettes with some pops of color. The one, let's just talk about it since I just kind of threw some shade at Urban Decay. I'll talk about an Urban Decay palette that I do love, and this is the Beached Eyeshadow Palette. This thing is so good. The packaging is just stinking adorable, and then the product is so good too. Like these pops of blue here, I'm not going to swatch a ton, but oh my gosh. Those are stunning. And then I love it with these like really warm tones there. It's just, the quality is some of the best that Urban Decay has ever done. The quality of these shadows, in my opinion, is way better. Why am I throwing so much shade at the Naked palettes today? But I sure am. And whoa. The sun just came out in a big way. Okay, the quality on this is just so good. So Good job to Urban Decay. And then, of course, I have the Born to Run. I'm not going to talk about that in my favorites just because I haven't played with it as much as some of these others. And, oh my gosh, I want to talk about these others instead. Oh, lighting is very bizarre right now. Sorry. Okay, the next palette that I am going to share with you is the Alamar Cosmetics Reina del Caribe palette. I know I'm not going to say stuff right, but this palette is so happy. The packaging is so, I mean, this is a pretty simple packaging, but the colors are so pretty and happy. And then the actual colors of the palette are so incredible. Again, with these pops of blue. Now, these pops of blue are different than the Urban Decay. These have more of like almost like a foiledness to them. The top 4 shades here are all like really kind of sparkly, not glittery shades, and then these bottom 4 are mattes. So really, really pretty. I've used all of the shades in this palette numerous times. Lighting. Why you gotta play me like this? Why? It's so bright. Oh, I can't even. I'm pushing ahead because I really, really, really want to put this video up. So yeah, that's the Alamar palette. So I've showed you some more like colorful palettes. Now I have just a straight up neutral palette, but it does have a couple pops of color in it that are kind of surprising. And I'm surprised I love this palette as much as I do. It's the KKW times Mario, so Kim Kardashian West times Mario palette. I got on the waiting list to get this palette because I didn't get it when it first came out. And I think it is absolutely stunning. I don't think that it gets enough love. It's gotten a lot of talk on YouTube, don't get me wrong, but as far as love, I don't think it's gotten enough love. I feel like because it's Kim's palette that people are being kind of more harsh on it. A lot of the things of what I've said is what I've heard said is it's good, but if you probably have these colors in other palettes in your collection. And while that is so true, because it is so true, I mean, you've got a matte brown, you've got, you know, these shades here that everybody and their dog have come out with, but this blue is very unique. And then this eggplant shade here is stunning on brown eyes on the lower lash line. Oh, just stunning. And I, you know, find it kind of frustrating that I feel like people aren't giving it as much love, because the people will say that and then they'll turn around and buy 50 warm eyeshadow palettes, or, you know, like me, like I have, you know, both these palettes here, and they both have like pops of that pop of blue in it that everybody is doing right now, including this one here. But you know what? I like it because you can totally get a complete look out of this minus a black. That's just me being picky. I would love it if it had a black in there, but it doesn't. So we press on. I'm going to just keep rolling here because I don't want this video to be too long. So another favorite that I've been rocking a lot is the Smashbox Cali Contour palette. This is amazing. You have a matte, like banana powder, a matte bronzer, or this is a contour, a matte bronzer, and then two, depending on your skin tone, these could be like, I mix these all together to get these three here to get like a shimmery bronzer, but you could use them as highlights if you're deeper skin tone than I am. I just can't because I'm so dang fair. And then this blush is stunning. Stunning. I love it. This is so good. If you buy one thing that I've talked about, I feel like you can get the most use out of this. So that is the Smashbox Cali Contour Kit. Another bronzer that I've been like really loving is the Urban Decay Sunkissed bronzer. yeah, Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in Sun Kissed. I think this has come out before, is what I've heard people say, but I just picked it up because it has this really cute packaging that the Beached palette has. I picked them up at the same time from Ulta. This is such a nice toned bronzer for someone with my skin color or skin tone. I'm wearing it today. It's got a nice almost red undertone to it, which really makes it look like you've been out in the sun, which is what you want a bronzer to do, right? Okay, and then the blush that I'm wearing, oh, I forgot to tell you, I am wearing the KKW palette on my eyes today. That's what's on my eyes. A blush that I've been loving is the oldie but a goodie. It's MAC's Warm Soul. Now, I think I have said that this was discontinued. I have found it online, but I swear to you, somebody in a MAC store told me that it was discontinued, and that they had redone their mineralized blushes with, you know, new names and stuff, but not the same shades. So I went ahead and I bought a backup. I mean, I'm glad I did because I have hit pan, but you can still find this, and it is a beautiful blush. My favorite, probably my top all-time favorite blush right here. The highlight that I've been wearing today that I'm super loving right now is the Dior Nude Air Luminizer highlight. This is in the shade 02. It's got kind of a pinky undertone to it, which I like. And now that I have a little bit more color on my face in the summer, I feel like it shows up better on my skin and does what a highlight is supposed to do, which is highlight the face. During winter time, I didn't feel like I loved it as much because I think it was just a little bit too, oh my gosh. I keep having to back up to like get out of the sun a little bit. I just felt like in the winter time anyway, it was too much. Okay, pressing on again, what I've been wearing for foundation for, like, I switched up my routine totally. If you've been with me a while, you know I was ride or die for the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. I have a new lover in my life, and it is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation Full Coverage Moisturizer. I love this stuff. This was what's all over my face now. It came I bought it in a kit from QVC, and it came with this brush that I also love. So good. It's the Heavenly Luxe Bye Bye Foundation number 22 brush. It's kind of got a triangle shape to it. And it's just, it puts the product on so nicely. I love putting this on every day. It just feels so good going on the skin. Yeah, so that is, yeah, I'm loving that. I'm going to repurchase a tube of this because I am almost out. So that's the only downside. I feel like it doesn't last as long. Also, I am in the shade Light. So this would be too dark on me, I think, at winter time. But right now it's working out just fine. Okay, and then a couple lip products that I love right now is what's on my lips today, which is just the Nars Powermatte Lip Pigment in American Woman. I love this stuff. It stays on all day. Well, not all day, but, you know, like for many hours, unless I eat or drink. And then, you know, even after I eat or drink, it still kind of stays on my lips way better than anything else. I mean, it has really good staying power is what I'm trying to say. I love the applicator on this. It's kind of like a really hard, more pointy doe foot style applicator. So I really love that. I love the shade. This is about as nude as I go. I just can't do the nudes. I think it makes me look funny. And then I sometimes leave it just like this, or I'll top it with Buxom's White Russian, or another gloss that I am loving right now. And I have more shades of this, but the one that I put on the most is Becca's Glow Gloss in Opal. These are so good, you guys. These, oh God. These, these are so, so good. I just can't even say enough. They smell good. They feel good on the lips. They have just the perfect pigmentation. I love the doe foot applicator. It's got a little bend to it. That just makes application really easy. So yeah, you guys, that is all my makeup favorites. The last kind of random favorite I just want to talk to you about is I am in a book club in my small little town. And for the month of June, we read a book called The Morning Hours. It is so, so good. I was hooked. I actually listened to it on Audible. And I've been loving Audible lately just because I have found it really difficult right now for the past several months to really focus in to sit down and actually read a book. I would like to get back to reading a book, but just I think taking in literature in whatever form that you can is good to do. So yeah, I listened to it on Audible in 2 days. I could not stop. It hooked me right from the beginning. It just felt so close to home. Like the story is about a high school boyfriend and girlfriend, and the girlfriend goes missing and they don't know who did it. And what it happens to the boyfriend's family is just really heart-wrenching. And obviously what happens to the girlfriend's family is also really heart-wrenching. I'm not going to say too much more about it because I don't want to give anything away. I will say though, I think the reason it felt close to home is because I'm from a small town in Iowa, and wrestling is huge here. And he was a wrestler, so just like kind of the storyline about him and his high school wrestling career, it really did hook me from the beginning. And it's a really, really good read or listen, depending on how you like to take in books. So, video is not sponsored, by the way, but you know, hey Audible, if you want to hit me up. I do love your app. So anyway guys, I'm gonna cut it there. This is way longer than I wanted it to be, but I try to talk fast, and you know, that's just how it is. So I hope you guys are all having a beautiful day, and remember to be brave out there. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.